Because if you don't make it a priority, it is not going to happen. You got to make it a non-negotiable. So here are 3 tips that I want to share with you to push through the resistance to actually accomplish things, right? Hi there, Jodie Bentley here, actor, producer, and career coach. And today, I want to talk about resistance. Resistance to projects or tasks that have been on your to-do list and rolling over and rolling over and rolling over. So let's dive on in. So I had to talk about this today because this comes up a lot for a lot of my clients, and I'm sure you felt this way as well. Just know you're not alone in this. So I have a client in my mastermind group. I'm going to call him David. And David is doing headshot prep. And David has had for the past couple weeks now tasks to work on the headshot doc and the headshot prep work that I've given him. And for a couple weeks now, he's been coming into mastermind and feeling bad that he hasn't done it. So we talked through it, and he just has some deep resistance to doing it. Right? And I don't need to go into the why of that, right? But a lot of times, if we're not doing something that we want to be doing, right? And we know we have the space to do it. We've created the time to do it, and we actually want to do it. He wants to get new pictures. He needs new photos. He really wants to get them, and there's deep resistance to it. So if you are feeling resistance to something, and look, I know I do too, right? So we get to know what we're feeling resistance towards. So you get to recognize that first. So I really invite you to look at that list or that task list or that calendar or whatever it is, how you're organizing, and look at what has been rolling over and rolling over and rolling over that you have been resisting, and acknowledge that you've been resisting it. Figure out, ask yourself why. Why have you been resisting it? What is underneath that? It's not super important to know to move forward. You can still move forward in it, right? And sometimes it's really good to know, to recognize, oh, that's why. Of course, that's why. I can let that go, right? So just ask yourself why. Why is there resistance there? So we talked that out a little bit with David. And here's the other thing. David had been scheduling it in his calendar, and it still hadn't been happening. So here are 3 tips that I want to share with you to push through the resistance to actually accomplish things, right? So David did the first step, right? He scheduled it. So step number 1, if you're resisting something and you have not been doing it on your task list and you haven't been scheduling it, it's probably why it hasn't been happening. So I really invite you to schedule a set time, to block out a set time to make that a priority for you. Because if you don't make it a priority, it is not going to happen. Second thing you can do, which is what I suggested to David, is it's not even just about making it a priority. It is making it a non-negotiable. So when you put that thing in your calendar, when David puts headshot prep time in his calendar, it is a non-negotiable. So even if there is a Zoom training that comes up that he really wants to do, nope, I'm working on my headshots. I committed to my headshots. That is non-negotiable. Even when a friend asks him to bake 42 million cookies, David doesn't get to bake the cookies. He gets to do the headshot prep because that is non-negotiable. He can do the cookies at another time. So you get to make things non-negotiable in your life, or else everyone else is going to hijack your time. And you will also find a way to hijack your time and do something else, even though you really want to do that thing, because there is a deep resistance to it, right? So you got to schedule it. You got to make it a non-negotiable. And the third thing, you really, this is vital, and I think it's super helpful, is getting a partner to hold you accountable. So whether that is the partner that you live with, the roommate that you live with, whether that is an accountability partner. I have an accountability partner that I chat with every day. Whatever that is, voice it to someone what you want to do. Tell them when you are committing to do it, and then you get to let them know your progress and what's been happening. Get an accountability partner, even if it is just for this project. Right? Have someone that you voice it to, that you are doing this and by when. Because that is just an extra level of accountability. If you find it hard to hold yourself accountable, then we get to bring in another party to support you in that. I have so many clients who say, yeah, it's really hard for me to work out by myself, but I know, if I'm getting on Zoom with so-and-so at 10 a.m., of course I am, right? Because it's a commitment, it's a time frame. Maybe you schedule a work session with this partner so you both can work on the projects you're resisting, right? But I invite you to really think outside the box. Stop just relying on yourself. Use resources at your fingertips. Use the community at your fingertips and ask for the support that you need. And especially now, so many times we're just home alone working, and it's so important to reach out. So find a partner to hold you accountable, to sit at the freaking computer and do whatever it is you get to do, or do your self-tape setup, or whatever project it is that you've been resisting and putting off. You can accomplish it. I promise you. You just get to schedule it, make it a non-negotiable. Nothing else gets scheduled during that time, no matter what, and get a partner to support you. We all need help. We all need an outside eye. We all need that person patting us on the back to tell us to keep going. So keep going. You're doing a good job. Just ask for support. And I guarantee you the resistance will start to go away. Because a lot of times the resistance is just in the starting of it. Have you noticed that? And then once you get into it, you're like, oh, why was I resisting this for so long, right? So get a partner to help you start. Move through that resistance, because once you get on the other side, guess what? You get to check that thing off your to-do list and feel freaking accomplished. All right, I will see you next time. I hope this helps. Bye.